Okay, there's two ways of cutting circles. One way is with what's commonly termed a circle cutter, which is pretty well a compass with a glass cutter head on one end. It has a little suction cup so that you can clamp that down to the surface of the glass and it won't move. And the best way to do it is, first of all, get a little piece of cloth or rag, a little bit of glass lubricant, and run the circle around so you've lubricated the surface of the glass. Take that away, and again, constant and even pressure until that score line meets up, and you'll hear it and feel it when it does. Now, the best way that I've found to snap that out is to flip it over and to push on the back, and you'll see it crack, and you can chase or run that all the way around until it meets, and then flip it back the other way and what we call back crack it and run it back through the other way, and that just kind of relieves some of the tension. From there we need to be able to just spread that out, and so from the score line, bring it back to you and just snap that, and do that on a couple of spots. And there you have your perfect circle. So that's great for larger diameter circles, and with these particular circle cutters, I mean, it's obviously a restriction in regards to how small you can actually reduce that down to. But if you have what we call a lens cutter, some people actually call these an inside-out cutter, you can actually get some fairly small circles. So again, a little bit of lubricant goes a long way. And by pressing down, and doing exactly the same again, just back crack it if you can, or flip it and run the score line around, and you can see that that's cracked all the way around. And then a few straight lines coming out just so that you can relieve it and get it out. Pliers if it's just a little bit reluctant. And there we have almost a perfect circle, and with our grazing pliers we can just tidy up a few of those little anomalies. So a lot of you may have seen on TV, particularly James Bond movies, that style of movie, where you have the cat burglar that climbs up the building, runs a glass cutter around in a circle and pops the hole out. It doesn't kind of happen that way, unfortunately. So same process, do our score line, run that score line around, and then in the shape of a baseball or a softball, cut some arcs, and again, let's crack those. And then a bunch of random lines that meet up in a zigzag. Through the centre. And then once we've done that, we can simply tap these. and then we have a hole.